Alright guys, welcome back to Austin's Off-Road Garage, and on today's episode we are changing a rear axle seal on my 3rd gen 4Runner. Let's jump right in. Alright, so something that I was doing earlier this week that I didn't really do a video on is I changed to the Old Man Emu 861 heavy duty springs. I do have another video out there of me putting the Toy Tech ones on. They ended up just being too soft, didn't work out. So we're gonna try these out. But while I was doing that, I found this problem right here. You can see there's gear oil all over the inside of my wheel and leaking down onto my tire there. So we've got to do an outer axle seal on this hub right here. So let's tear it all apart and get down to it. Okay, so this is actually a very common problem on these 3rd gens, and I'm not really sure why it happens. I swear I read somewhere one time that it's like the diff breather gets clogged and it causes a lot of pressure in there and then it blows the seal out. But let me know if you guys know the actual reason. I could be up in the night. Maybe I damaged it when I redid my gears. I don't know. But I have done these before. I rebuilt the entire rear end. I did all new brakes. I did seals on the drums and the axle and everything. So this is actually my 2nd time doing seals on this particular 4Runner. I even had a 2001, I believe it was, several years ago, and that actually had axle seals that went out on it too. I've seen several people on Instagram that have this same issue. Not really sure why it happens, but it's a pretty simple job. So this is a semi-float axle. So what you're gonna do is there's these 4 nuts here on this housing. You take those off. You're gonna have to take your brake line off, and then there's one you got to take your e-brake cable off. It's just this little pin right here, right there. Pretty simple. Kind of sucks you have to pull the brake line off because then you got to bleed your brakes, but we'll get this whole thing taken off. I want to get the drum taken off and see if we got 90 weight all over this too, the drums inside. Hopefully not. Hopefully I caught this soon enough to where it doesn't totally ruin my brakes, because I don't really want to do brakes. But yeah, pretty easy. Sucks it happens, but we're gonna take the breather off too and see if we can clean that out as well. All right, so we got the axle shaft pulled out. Everything looks good on that end. So here's the seal we're replacing right here. And it looks a little damaged on the bottom, like when I dragged my axle out the last few times. So they make a puller for seals. I don't have one, so I'm gonna get it out my way, but definitely go get a puller. I usually just take a flathead and punch it through the seal and then pull it out. It's not necessarily the right way to do it, but it works for me. You guys find your own way to do it. So yeah, let's get that seal out, and we'll run to the parts store and we'll get a new one, put it back in. All right, we got the axle seal out. Let's go buy a new one. I do it pretty ghetto way, so I just use a screwdriver and get underneath the edge, and it pretty much just destroys it. But you got to be careful that you don't damage the race in here. All right, so we've got our new seal. I did end up taking the ABS sensor out because it's magnetic, and it kept just won't allow this seal to sit in here how I want it to. So we're gonna try and just get this in place, and then we'll use this socket and then just tap it and get it nice and seated. Just like that. Pretty straight up. I'm gonna take this, just kind of make sure it's completely seated everywhere. Bam. That looks good to me. New seal is in. Now we just gotta reassemble. So another thing we're gonna do today is we're gonna throw on my rooftop tent and turn this into an overland vehicle because we are going camping. Took the week off to hang out with the family. Work's been really busy. Just need to get out of town. You know, life's been crazy lately. So hope you guys are all doing okay on the other end. But yeah, nothing like tearing your whole truck apart before you go camping for a couple days. So let's get this done and let's go camping. So just another random thing that I do is I always take a little bit of grease and just pack it in this seal so that when you're putting your axle back in, it's not just completely dry and it doesn't you know, tear your brand new seal up that you just put in there. So just light grease all the way around, and then we'll stick the axle shaft back in. And we're back together. Pretty much done with this project. Now we just got to find out if it's gonna leak or not. I couldn't get that brake drum off, but I think it'll be fine. I'll have to look at it another day. The brakes on this thing suck anyway. I need to do that Tundra brake upgrade pretty bad. It's like the only thing left to do on this thing, honestly. But let's wrap this up. I'm gonna get the tent put on. I'll show you guys that because I don't think I've ever had the tent on this on my channel yet. And yeah, then we'll end the video after we do the tent. And me and the family are off to the Uinta Mountains here in Utah. Gonna do some camping, maybe do a little fishing. So we might be dragging you guys along. So heck yeah, I'm stoked, man. It's been way too long. Real quick, I failed to mention that this breather, I took the breather off the housing and I just took this brake cleaner, shoved her in here and sent it. Woo! And it's coming out everywhere, so to me that means it's working. This one is actually out of a spare housing that I just got. This is the original one out of the 4Runner. It didn't even have that little cap thing, and it was just like straight through. It's a good thing I didn't go through any water. Well, we have been through some water, but nothing that crazy. So I stole this one off this housing. This is like a V6 pickup housing. Not sure what I'm gonna do with it, but yeah, we got a new one, new breather here. I need to get like a breather extension kit and slap it on. But that's another day. Yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts of why those seals go bad. I know they go bad probably after lots of miles or lots of abuse or whatever, just wear out, but those are 2 years old. I don't know. And this thing sits more than anything, so. All right, breather's back in, we'll tighten it up. Brakes are bled too. All right, so we're gonna get a little redneck to get this rooftop tent on here. I'm all alone by myself. Gotta get it up to the 4Runner. I'm like 5'6". It's too tall for me to get it up there by myself. So what we're gonna do is load it in the back of the Toyota pickup, and then we're gonna drive it next to the 4Runner and lift it on the 4Runner from there. I think that's a good idea. A little bit redneck, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Bam! Overland mode engaged. I don't really like to call my truck an overlander because I don't overland. I go camping. That's what I do. I go wheeling, I go camping. This is so ugly. With giant tents. Just my opinion. I'd rock a hard shell. That's for sure. So this is a 3-person Free Spirit recreation tent. Bought it a couple years ago. Only used it a handful of times, but yeah. So that's it for today, guys. Got a few things done before we hit the trails, go camping for a few days. So that's the end of today's video, but stay tuned because you're gonna get a camping vlog. I'm gonna try. I've never done something like this, so yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on them notifications, do all that fun stuff, and we will catch you next time.